Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Finance 101. I'm your host, Vina, here to help you navigate the often intricate world of personal finance. Today, we're tackling a vital topic, tracking your expenses. Once again, we're privileged to have with us the financial maestro, Mr. Henry Daniels, author of Know Your Dough. Welcome back to the show, Henry.
Thank you, Vina. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Let's dive in, Henry. Why is tracking expenses so important?
Well, Vina, tracking expenses is like looking at a mirror. It reflects your financial habits, helps you identify areas where you might be overspending, and gives you an opportunity to reevaluate and adjust your spending habits.
Could you share some methods for tracking and categorizing expenses?
Of course! You could use the traditional pen and paper method, or you could go digital. Many apps can link to your bank account, categorize expenses, and provide insight. You could categorize expenses as fixed expenses. These are costs that don't change month over month, like rent or mortgage payments. Variable expenses. These costs fluctuate, like utility bills or groceries. Discretionary expenses. These are non-essential spending, like dining out or entertainment.
So it's not just about tracking, but also about understanding needs versus wants, isn't it?
Exactly, Vina. Needs are things you can't live without, like housing, food, and transportation. Wants are things you desire but could live without having them, like a new pair of shoes, dining out, and vacations. It's important to fulfill your needs first and then consider your wants with the leftover budget.
And how about managing variable expenses?
Variable expenses can be tricky as they fluctuate. However, you can still plan for them. Look at the past few months of spending in each category. Take an average and use that number for future budgeting.
Can you share a real-life example demonstrating the impact of effective expense tracking?
Certainly. Let's take John, a college graduate who started his first job. Initially, he didn't track his spending, and his credit card debt grew. Once he started tracking his expenses, he realized he was spending too much on eating out and entertainment. By cutting back, he was able to pay off his debt and even start saving.
That's a great example, Henry. Can you share some actionable steps our viewers can take to improve their expense tracking habits?
Sure. First, choose a tracking method. This could be an app, spreadsheet, or pen and paper. Then, categorize your expenses. Identify whether each expense is fixed, variable, or discretionary. Next, review regularly. Check your spending weekly or monthly to see if you're staying on track. And make adjustments. If you're overspending in one category, see where you can cut back.
Those are truly practical tips, Henry. Thank you for joining us and sharing your expertise on expense tracking.
My pleasure, Vina. Remember, knowledge is power, and when you track your expenses, you empower yourself to take control of your financial future.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Henry Daniels. And remember, knowing where your money goes is crucial for financial wellness. So start tracking your expenses today. Next time, we'll delve into the art of creating your first budget. Before we conclude tonight's show, let's revisit our key takeaways. Remember, tracking your expenses is like having a financial mirror. It shows you where your money goes, helps identify wasteful spending, and most importantly, paves the way for effective budgeting. As Henry has shown us, categorize your expenses into fixed, variable, and discretionary. Understand your needs versus wants and always prioritize your needs. Be mindful of your variable expenses and find ways to manage them effectively. And don't forget Henry's practical tips. Choose your tracking method, categorize your expenses, review regularly, and make necessary adjustments. Use these steps as your blueprint to gain control over your financial life. To quote Dave Ramsey, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. So let's get proactive, folks. Let's tell our money where to go. Once again, a big thank you to Henry Daniels for sharing his wisdom with us tonight. And to our audience out there, do grab a copy of his book, Know Your Dough, for more comprehensive insights on managing your finances. That's all for tonight. We'll meet again next time to delve deeper into the world of personal finance. Until then, stay financially savvy, track your expenses, and spend wisely. Good night to you and your family.